Today, I'm sharing with you 5 digital products that you can use to make money online. In fact, some of these digital products went on to make me $3,991 in the last week. And the best part is that since these are digital, most of the revenue is going to be profit. These digital products are also about as passive as it gets because once you create them once, you can sell them over and over for an unlimited number of time. If you're new here, hi, I'm Molly. I started as a broke college dropout. This was my POS car. I had just 81 cents to my name, and I leveraged that over the years into a multiple 6-figure per year photography studio. Soon after, other photographers started asking me how I did it, so I started to share that advice for free through content online and paid through my paid digital info products. I was then able to grow that digital info products business to over $2 million per year. And now I help content creators and aspiring content creators just like you to grow and monetize your following with digital info products, so you can help your followers on a deeper level and make a full-time living doing what you love. Okay, the first digital product idea is a membership. Now for each of these digital products, I'm going to break down exactly what it is, why I think it's a good one to sell, and how to actually sell it. So what is a membership and how is it a digital product? Now, a membership can really be a lot of different things. It can simply be a community that people are paying to be a part of. It can be a community that comes with a program. It could be a community with a program with a Q&A. It can really be whatever you want, but typically the way that it's different from something like a course is that you pay a monthly or a yearly or some kind of ongoing fee, which helps the business owner create what's called monthly recurring revenue, or MRR. So why is a membership a good digital product to sell? Well, it's really great if you're teaching something that's ongoing, because then they will get ongoing help for however long they decide to stay in the membership. See, whether they've paid monthly or yearly, they're going to stay in the membership for however long that they decide not to cancel. And if they do decide to cancel, then they'll be removed from the membership. So let's say somebody joins and they're like, well, I just want to learn this one piece, then they could stay in for 30 days, or they want to learn ongoing from you for years. People can really pick and choose. And so I think it makes your customers really happy, but it also works really well from a business standpoint because you are generating that MRR, monthly recurring revenue, in your business. And you are also getting paid ongoing to help your students ongoing. So I personally really like having a membership. So how do you sell a membership? So for me personally, for any digital product, I always start out with growing my following and moving those followers to email subscribers. So let's just go forward with that in mind. So when it comes to a membership, how I like to sell it is through an automated webinar funnel. Now, a webinar is simply a free training with a sales presentation at the end. So you're going to teach a bunch of stuff, and then at the end, you're going to mention your program and give people the option to join. So that's how I like to sell my membership. People can opt in with their name and email for the free training. They learn a lot. And then at the end, I mention my membership and they can decide to join or not if they want to. In fact, if you want to see my exact automated webinar funnel free training in action, it is the very first link in the description below this video. And not only should you check it out to see what an automated webinar funnel is, but it will also give you way more information and teach you way more about getting started with your own digital products business. So I would definitely recommend it. Okay, so that was just digital product number 1. And I'm about to share with you 4 more types of digital products and how you can sell them. But if you want my full list of all 54 different types of digital products, go in the link in the description below this video and download it completely for free now. Okay, the second digital product idea I have for you and how to sell it online is templates. Okay, what are digital templates? So these can really be anything that comes from, say, a software. These could be Photoshop templates. These could be Canva templates. These could be Notion templates. These could be System.io funnel templates. Name any software you use. And you might already have templates that you use for yourself that you might be able to make available for purchase online. If you're someone who's like, I don't really use a lot of software, I don't have any templates, then this might not be the digital product for you. I do personally find it a lot easier and more ethical to sell templates of things you already have and use that work for you versus just creating a template just to sell it. And it's a lot easier too. So for example, when I was a photographer, I had a lot of templates in my photo business. And so I would simply take those templates and save them as digital files, and then I could sell those templates online. And it was very ethical because these were already templates that were already working for me. So I was simply just sharing them with others. And it was also very simple and easy because they were already created. And then it brought in additional revenue for my business. And it also helped save time for the photographers looking to speed things up by using templates. So it was perfect. So how do you sell template? Again, I'm already going to assume you've started building your following and moving your followers to email subscribers. If you haven't done that yet, I have lots of videos on that process, but let's assume you already have those things in place. What I would recommend is creating a checkout page, because templates are typically under $100. So you're not going to really need like a big fancy funnel. All you're going to need is a checkout page where they can put in their information, their name and their payment information, and so that they can be automatically sent that template once they purchase. And for that, I would recommend the software System.io. This is what I use to run my entire business, from email marketing to hosting my digital products to selling my digital products to hosting my website, my blog. Lots of different things. And I do have a link in the description below this video for a completely free System.io account for up to 2,000 email subscribers. So this is a really great free account for you to be able to get started, start building your email list, and start getting sales. Okay, the third digital product idea and how to sell it is an ebook. Okay, so what is an ebook? An ebook personally is the very first digital product that I got started with, and it's one of the #1 digital products that I would recommend beginners get started with. Essentially what it is you are taking information and helping the reader go from point A to point B within your ebook. And an ebook simply is a PDF file. So you're not writing an entire book. You're not writing an entire novel. Think of it more as an information product. This can be teaching someone something. It can be 5 pages, 10 pages, 20 pages. For example, I had a digital PDF, aka an ebook called Model Call. I did over $500,000 in revenue with that ebook before I sold it to another educator and started this business. And that ebook was only 13 pages long. And what it was step-by-step how to get more bookings. It was my Model Call marketing system that I used in my photo business and other photographers were asking about. So I decided to package it into a digital PDF, aka an ebook. So people would buy this and then it would get sent to them through their email once they bought it. And it was simply just a PDF file that they could open up. This is me double clicking. And then it would say step by step, step 1, do this, step 2, post this script, step 3, I had screenshots, scripts, everything they should do. It was essentially like a checklist for them to get more bookings. And I was able to sell that for around $49 to $59. And I made that much revenue with it, which means that I sold it to a lot of people. And the reason I sold it to a lot of people was building my following, of course, but also word of mouth, because the most important part of creating a digital product is making sure you actually help people get results, because that's what's going to bring word of mouth marketing and get you free marketing on your product. Okay, so how do you sell an ebook? Now, I've done this 2 different ways. Number 1 is just with a checkout page, like I mentioned earlier. So all you're going to do is have the checkout page. You're going to mention what's for sale, what are bullet points as to what problem this is going to solve for them. Why should they buy this? It also has where they can put in their, name information, payment information. Once they hit buy, it will make it so that you automatically get paid and they automatically get emailed the digital product. Now, a second thing that I've done once I got my ebook selling with a checkout page is creating a sales page. This can be as short or as long as you want it to be, but it should include things like a hook to draw people in. It should include bullets on why people should buy this, how it's going to help them. And most importantly, it should have testimonials. And obviously in the beginning, you're not going to start with testimonials. So use your own story and your own success stories. But once you start to get testimonials, definitely add those in, because that's going to help your sales dramatically. Now, if you are wanting to create consistent passive income with your own digital products, I have a completely free over 1 hour in-depth training on exactly how to do this step by step. Go in the link in the description below this video. It's the very first link to go and enter your name and email to watch that training instantly on demand, completely for free. Okay, the 4th digital product idea and how to sell it online is a digital workshop. Now, a lot of people ask me, what is a digital workshop? Think of an in-person workshop where people pay and they all show up to like a round table and they learn something from the speaker, right? This is exactly the same, only this would be digital. So instead of teaching the workshop in person, you would teach it through something like Zoom or Google Meet, but people would still pay you ahead. And you would say the workshop's going to start on this day at this time. It's going to be, 1 hour or 2 hours or whatever. They show up virtually and you get to teach them. And this is one of my favorite digital products to get started with, because you don't have to necessarily create anything ahead of time. All you're going to tell people is the workshop is on this date and this time. These are the bullets of what we're going to cover. And they buy a ticket and then they show up virtually and you just teach it. And you can prepare as little or as much as you want to, depending on how familiar you are and how experienced you are teaching on that topic. This is the fastest way to start making money with a digital product, because again, you're not having to build it all out and pre-record it. And then the best part is once you teach the workshop live, you record it, and now you could sell the recording, which is so amazing. So again, this is the fastest and easiest digital product to get started with, in my opinion. Okay, so how do you sell a digital workshop? I would do the same thing as the ebook. I would do a checkout page or a sales page with a checkout page. If I was just getting started, I would just do a checkout page. Again, this is simply where you're just saying, the name of the workshop is this. What we're going to be covering is this. The date and the time of the workshop is this and this. These are the bullets of what we're going to be covering. This is the problem I'm going to help you solve during this workshop. And then they can put in their name, their email address, their payment information, hit pay, boom. And then it'll automatically send them an email with the information with like the Zoom link and the date and time of the workshop. And that's it. And then you're getting paid up front. So this way, let's say you come up with an idea for a workshop and nobody buys it, then you're not out a ton of time in creating the digital product. You're just like, oh, people weren't really interested in buying this, so I'll just tweak the title, tweak the bullets, really address their problems more, and then try selling it again. And then once you get it selling, it's just so much faster than spending months creating a course that you're not even proven to know is going to sell yet. So there's just so many reasons why I would recommend starting with a digital workshop. Okay, the fifth and final digital product idea and how to sell it is a mini course. So this is a lot like an online course where you have like modules and lessons and you're paying to learn something and reach a goal or overcome a problem. Really, the only difference between a course and a mini course is a mini course is just smaller. I personally feel like a mini course could just be called a course, but I feel like it does make it so that it's less scary because you're like, I'm not creating a whole course, I'm just going to create a mini course. Or if you have something really small to teach, like for example, in a course, I might teach people how to have their own course and launch it and sell it and automate it. That's a lot, right? Maybe a whole course is how to grow your YouTube channel to 10,000 subscribers, right? So we got to, set up the YouTube channel, think about what you're going to talk about. What are your content pillars? How are you going to do research? How are you going to script? How are you going to film? There's so much that goes into it, right? Maybe the mini course is just getting your channel started, right? Like coming up with the name, setting up the actual YouTube channel, just like the really basics to just getting the channel up and running. So that would be an example of like a whole course versus a mini course. And a mini course is typically faster to get started. You can't charge as much, but I do feel like that makes it great for a beginner because it's easier to sell if it's a lower cost typically. So how do you sell a mini course? It really depends on the price point, but if it's under $100, I would just recommend doing a checkout page or a little sales page with a checkout page. If this is a big priced mini course, like over $300, over $1,000, something like that, then I would recommend doing the automated webinar funnel. Typically, that's how I decide how I'm going to sell something is if it's lower price, I know that there's not going to be as much friction in buying it. So I'll typically just sell it with like a checkout page or a sales page or a little video versus if I know the digital product costs more or is a longer or a larger investment, then I'll typically do something like an automated webinar because I can just give so much more context and information around it and also make sure the right people are joining. Now that you know 5 digital product ideas and how to sell them online, you might be wondering how to actually get started creating your very own ebook step by step, how to come up with the idea, create it, sell it, host it, all of that jazz. But how do you get started with that? Well, it all starts with watching this video next here because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to be so much more powerful. See you in the next video.